Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is video 1 of the triple upload, and in this video we're going to be covering animating GUIs, which is also known as tweening. So without wasting more time, let's get started. So we're here in Roblox Studio, we're in our base plate, and to get started with tweening GUIs, of course we need to have a GUI to tween. So for the purpose of time, I already made some examples here. So we got example 1, example 2, and let's just get started with example 1. Now example 1 is just a menu button. When we click this button here, it's going to bring this off screen onto screen. So if I do this, it's just gonna actually drag it to the center here. And that's all it's gonna do. And normally you would just have what's this called? A button that would just bring it up, which is kind of boring and bland and not really aesthetically pleasing to your game. So if we just click, it just pops up and then goes away. It's kind of boring. So to actually get started with making your GUI look better, to get started with tweening, we're going to go into our local script. So if I go here, let me find the button here, this button. So right now in this button we have it just sets the menu, which is this thing over here. It's going to set its position to the center of our screen, which is what we want to do, but we want to animate it. So to get started with animating it, we're going to use a function in a GUI object called, let me actually copy this because we're going to need that, tweenPosition. As you can see here, there's 3 functions: tweenPosition, tweenSize, tweenSize and position, and they're exactly what they are. So it's just like animate our position changing, animate our size changing, or animate our size and position. I don't think I should say animate. I will just say smoothly change, as it will just like change our size really smoothly instead of just being abrupt and sudden. So let's go with tweenPosition here. As you can see, it takes multiple parameters. Let me just read these over. It's going to take an end position, easing direction, easing style, the time it wants to take, override, and call back. So let's get started with this. We're going to do tweenPosition, and we're going to put where we want it to go. So we'll just say that the center of the screen. Now by default, the rest of the parameters are automatically filled out. Um, the time is set to 1 by default, and the others are set into other parameters. Whoa, what's with my cursor here? That I'll explain. So if we click it now, you can see that it slides in. Nice. If that's all you wanted, that's it. But you can see it's kind of boring. So we're to spice it up, as I'll say, we need to fill in the rest of the parameters. Now, easing direction, there's 3 of them. We can either do out, or in. Now, can't really describe it, but the description in the API is just the direction which to ease the GUI. So we're just gonna say out because, yeah, you can either do enum dot easing direction, as you can see, we'll give it there, or you can just do quotation out. Just make sure you spell it properly. Next, we have easing style. Now, easing style is going to be a bit more difficult to explain, but there are multiple options. Now, these different options, let me pull it up here, do different things. It's like how you want to animate your GUI. As you can see here, we can do linear, sine, back, quad, quart, quint, bounce, or elastic. And they all have different movements. If I pull this out here, this is another graph. This is how each one moves. Now, you can choose whatever you like. You really don't need to go by graphs. If you say, let's say I like bounce, or maybe actually, let's look at here. Let's do back. We'll choose back. Thank you, Roblox website, for that. So we can just do back, or if you want to get more clean, technical, and want to make sure no mistakes, you can also do easing style dot back. Same thing. I'll just go with the quotation marks. Just make sure that you spell properly. Now the next parameter is time. So how much time do you want it to take to move? You say, oh, I want the menu to take 4 seconds to open. Then you just put 4 here. Of course, it's a menu, so we just want it to, let's just put by default, which is 1. Now, override is a parameter, which basically means, do you want to override an existing tween? So let's say, oh, menu is currently opening. Do I want to override that with this next one? So basically, it's kind of hard to explain, but if you want it, you can have it to override, but by default, it's set to false. Now, this last one is called callback, and it will take a function. It's basically whatever you want it to do in the end. So let's say print hi. Let's just do an example function here. All it's gonna do is say print hi, I'm done. If you pass that here, it's going to do that function. So as you can see, if we go into our game now, and when we click the menu button over here, as you can see, when we click, it does our tween and prints hi, I'm done as our callback. That's that. And to make it more, let's just copy this really quickly. Let's clean it up by finishing our go back button. So if we go to our go back script, I just did the exact same thing here. Let's just change this to -1. We don't need that. And we'll just do in. When we click our button, of course, our menu will pop up onto our screen. And when we click go back, it will go back. Nice and clean. So that's it for tween position. Now we're going to do with tweening size. So let's disable this menu. And as you can see here, we have a simple loading bar. If I could click, oops, I did not put these in a proper space. Anyways, if you can see, we can click this bar right here. We can change its size. We have this simple loading bar right here and a loading text. Now, for this example, we're going to use the tween position or tween size function. So to get started, we're going to add a local script. This script's just going to start up in the beginning of the game. And we're just going to do, first we need the bar. So we're going to, or the progress. We're just going to do local progress, script up here, progress. Then we're going to do, I'm going to do game.is is loaded to make sure that the game is loaded. We're gonna wait 1 because I really do want this to be loaded, and we're going to make this the full size. Now, as you can see here, the size is not gonna be completely accurate. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually grab this bar as well. Bar equals script.bar, parent.bar. And what we're gonna do, instead of just hard coding the numbers, we're gonna do, first of all, we're gonna do progress, then we're gonna do tween size, and we're gonna take the bar dot size. So let me explain what we're exactly doing here. Um, what we're doing is we are changing the size of this bar right here. We're animating it to the size of this bar, which when full is exactly the same as you can see there. 57, 578, 50, 578, 50. So we can just go as like the tween position function, and if we go into game, you can see that the is loaded, waits 1 second, and it completely fills our bar. That's tweenSize. But like the other one, we also have the other parameters like the easing style. So we're gonna do out, and for this one, I'm going to use the quart. I'm pretty sure it's this one here. Quart. I'm gonna use the quart easing style. So we're gonna do quart. I want this to take 4 seconds, and we're just gonna say true. One more thing here is I'm gonna go into the GUI. I'm gonna do ignore GUI and set. What that does is it makes this GUI take up the entire screen if instead of that tiny bar at the top. Fun fact, if you didn't know that, as you can see. And as you can see here, it loads in nicely. Now, we're going to add a function here in our callback as close GUI. No parameters, and we're just going to do script.parent.parent.enabled equals false. We're going to do false, and then we're going to call close GUI. Actually, yeah. And we're going to disable reset on spawn, and this is how you would typically make a loading screen for your game. This is just I guess simplified. Ooh, unable to cast value to function. Oh right, quick error I made there. I accidentally added the double booleans here, so we just have to have one to the overrides, and that's why I got that error. Anyways, as you can see now, when we load into our game, it's going to load in our bar, and when it's done, close our GUI. And because we disabled reset on spawn, when we reset, it's not going to pop up again. And I guess that's how you make a simplified loading bar. Although there's other complicated ways with knowing how many assets you've actually loaded, which I might cover in a future video. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it or liked it, feel free to leave a like to help the algorithm so other people can find it. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm gonna go on to video 2. Bye.